then in particular, I just want to call your attention to a couple of areas, because in particular for this WooCommerce integration, where we're sending this e-commerce data, I want to just show you where you're going to see that. And so where you would see that is, let's say, for example, for contacts, search, we could do advanced search. And then if you add a condition, you'll now see that you've connected your e-commerce store to GetResponse and are sending e-commerce data. You're going to have this additional search term called e-commerce. And then here are all those shops that I was talking about earlier. So the new Chocolate Monster shop, for example, is the one I was sending that e-commerce data. And you can search for now, contacts, customers on your GetResponse list based on this e-commerce data, how many times they've purchased, how much money they've spent with you, a particular product or brand that they purchased. So this is where you're going to be able to see, for example, some of this data. Oh, and then it hasn't been sent over yet. I haven't had a time to process from when I first did that. But this is where you're going to be able to see e-commerce data for this. And I think I actually have another, let's say greater than or equal to 1, let's say. For all shops. I have quite a lot of shops. And so this is going to bring up all of the customers who have purchased from me, who have purchased, at least once from my shops, or let's say, greater than 5. I probably don't have that many. Okay, 4. Abby Cookies is my big buyer with 4 purchases. But this is where you could kind of optimize and actually create some really cool segments, some custom filters for important data sets that you have for your e-commerce data, but whether that's based on how much people have spent from you, everyone who has spent, let's say, is greater than or equal to $100. You could go ahead and save that as a custom field. I don't have any such things. My products are quite, cheap, but I can say, 100, offer. And so I could create, a saved search. So whenever someone spends at least $100 with me, they're automatically saved as a custom filter. And then I could send that group of contacts automatically some, special offer, some kind of special deal. So definitely recommend taking a look at all of the different search conditions that you have for, products purchased, total spent, and create some really interesting custom filters. And then one other big place that you're going to find, e-commerce data helpful was within marketing automation. And you're going to see that there are some workflows already created, pre-built for you that would help you be able to automate, really important aspects of your e-commerce shop, like abandoned cart reminders. For example, I haven't yet purchased all of these, cupcakes and candy bars. And so if I want to actually, automatically remind someone about this, I could simply set up a very simple workflow like this, that once someone abandons the cart for 1 hour, automatically send them a message that, reminds them to complete the purchase with all of these details that they have here. And you'll be able to see that really quickly in automation messages. If you go to create a draft, so abandoned cart, you would just first want to set up this message and then go into that workflow and apply it. So let's just pretend really quickly. I'm just going to pick one for the sake of time. It's not the best example for the abandoned cart, but I'm just going to do it quickly because you'll see right here there's an e-commerce section. And then what you would do is drag over the abandoned cart. It says you forgot something. Here, I can delete this stuff so it doesn't distract us too much. And then what you do is, edit it so it, says what you want it to say. So the buttons have the right look. This is just kind of default text for you to have. And so whenever someone actually abandons their cart, automatically the cart contents will be included in the message. And so this is just, showing 2 as an example, but it will list all of the items that were left in the cart. So in this case, it would be 4. So if you, configure that so it looks good for you, and then you go back to your workflows and create that, I just want to show you this. I know we're jumping around a lot, but I want to make sure you know where everything is. So in our abandoned cart reminder, we just need to say for API, then it finds our e-commerce store. So let's say our new chocolate monster shop, when they, abandon the cart for 2 hours, I want to send this message, this abandoned cart message I just created. So we choose save and publish, and now automatically when someone abandons our cart, because we have our WooCommerce all selected to send the e-commerce data, but also what's important for this one is the web event tracking. You need to make sure that this is enabled, so we'll be able to know if one of the customers, remember they have to be on your list to be able to get this abandoned cart email, because we have to have their email address to be able to send them the the abandoned cart reminder. But that's going to be an example here as well for using your e-commerce data strategically. And as well, I definitely recommend for you to look at the different workflow templates that are available and see if you could make use of some of the sales promotions given the contact data that you have, or the post-purchase. So after someone purchases from you, being able to send really targeted information to them based on that would be really helpful. For example, knowing and setting up maybe those custom filters based on purchase history and data. So definitely check out the different templates that are available. And I'm only going to show you one more thing within options for your e-commerce data that perhaps you're sending from WooCommerce, is to be able to go to email marketing. And let's say you want to create, a special offer of recommendations to your customers. And so we'll just go through this really quickly. You're going to love this. Let's call it. And what we're going to do is be able to automatically recommend products to customers that we think they would like based on their past purchase history. And so let me find one. This is a cute birthday cake, even though I'm not going to talk about birthdays, but it matches my theme. So I would be changing this, let's say, for example, so it's not happy birthday, it says something else. But what I actually want to do is be able to add, or maybe it could be a good birthday example actually. It's your birthday and I want to recommend these products for you and you can get them at some discount. So what you do is move over the recommendations and you need to select, again, your e-commerce store. It could be, from the baked goods category, show 2 products. So what this is going to do is evaluate my e-commerce data that we have from the new Chocolate Monster store, and based on the purchase data that we have for the recipients of this message. And based on what the recipients have purchased, we have their data. We also know what people who purchased, other people who purchased what these people purchased. They purchased something else. So we automatically recommend offers to these recipients based on what they purchased and what other people have purchased as well that they have in common. And so this is a cool way to be able to do that automatically. So of course you won't be able to see what products they are because we still have to evaluate all of the data, and we'll automatically pre-fill them with the product image, the name and the price, so that it can automatically offer interesting products to them, which is really cool. You can, of course, update the button and, the fonts and all of these so it matches your style. But this is another cool way to start using your e-commerce data that you're sending over through your WooCommerce account, using it in your GetResponse account to automatically send targeted offers to your customers that you have on your list. And so this is the very big and quick look at GetResponse for WordPress, and with a really big look into WooCommerce and the e-commerce integrations to WooCommerce and the e-commerce integrations available within GetResponse. And so we hope this helps you get set up and start building that list and sending really, really interesting emails to your customers.